How's it going, everybody? The last sponsored video with VKNGJewelry had quite the positive reception. And because of the start of a new school year right now, I got 2 different discount codes for you guys again. This time, it's not just one product to get 30% off, but it's this collection of arm rings here. So if you like one or more of them, you can use freeze30 at the checkout to get 30% off on top of the normal discount already. The code works for the first 48 hours of this video's release. And if you're interested in something else from the site, then you can use freeze20. That code works for the next 10 days and works on all other items in the store. So definitely check them out. There's lots of stuff to discover. All relevant links will also be in the video description. Alright, now to the topic at hand. I've sent out a community post last Sunday asking for clips that show characters emoting instead of popping revenge. And you guys have sent me dozens of them, so thank you. It really helped a lot to reproduce it and rule out certain things. I didn't expect so much participation, to be honest. I knew of 2 instances specifically for a long time actually, so it was easy to reproduce those. Pugyu and Ring the Bell. And just to clarify this, I'm hammering on the revenge button here. All the while the animation of the emote is playing, I'm spamming the revenge button on my controller. You need to input an additional action to interrupt the emote for you to be able to pop it, or you wait until the emote is finished. Mouse and keyboard users might scratch their heads at this point. Why is the character emoting when pressing the R key? And yes, this is a controller only thing. On keyboard the emote buttons are F and G, and on controllers revenge and emote are both bound to Y or triangle, depending on the type of controller. So, if this happened to an opponent of yours, he didn't fat finger or BM you, he simply fell victim to this issue. With that said, let's continue with all the possible moves that we found. First of all, feinting. If you feint an attack and buffer your revenge activation during the animation, then you will perform an emote instead. This works on all characters, there's no exception. I'm a little hesitant to explain interactions here. On the one hand, you shouldn't attack while you're outnumbered. On the other, people won't attack into you while you have a full revenge bar. So if you're in the middle of doing something and need to revenge right this second, then you will probably spam that button. Feinting isn't your friend in that case. Another instance we found is if you do it in the recovery frames of a failed bulwark counter, and just the recovery frames. You can revenge out of the bulwark counter itself, but if you're in recovery already, then you will emote. Now for the main culprit and why people have been encountering this issue so frequently since this patch. George is probably the character that causes this the most. Jormungandr's bashes, both the neutral as well as the combo one, put you in some form of stagger that won't let you pop revenge. It doesn't help that the character bashes a lot and thus feeds excessive amounts of revenge, so you have everything bundled up with him. What you need to remember here is that spamming the revenge button isn't beneficial in this scenario. It buffers an emote. I know that revenge is something that is usually quite urgent when you pop it, so timing it according to bash stuns is almost impossible. Well, at least now you know it. Next move is Warlord's Crashing Charge. If he throws you into nothing, then you will emote. If he wall splats you, then that stun interrupts whatever else stagger you were in before that causes the emoting. Then we obviously tested Kong's running bash next, but it didn't have the issue, and neither did Oni charge. The last move we found was Gladiator's Toe Stab. There might be feats that also put you in some form of recovery, but I couldn't recreate those. So here's my theory. All these moves apply a different kind of stun or stagger than other bashes. After looking through all your clips initially, I thought double bashes might be another reason for this. Something like bash stacking basically, but none of that worked. And then when rechecking, it was usually a Jormungandr involved somewhere in the gank. So whatever property these moves have is what causes the emotes. It's probably not that simple, but I guess it's a start. Let's hope Ubisoft fixes this quickly. They've been quite fast the last few times. We had fixes within a week or two, so fingers crossed. Until then, I hope the video was helpful. Thanks for watching and sending in your clips. Laters everybody.